Welcome to Kitchen Table Sales Mastery. My name is Monty Rose, and I want to help you master the art and science of face-to-face selling at the kitchen table. The insights and techniques that I use in my sales practice were born out of desperation, I had to get better, aspiration, I believed that I should earn what I was worth, and perspiration, I've spent 10,000 hours at the kitchen table in dialogue with prospects. This sales methodology has been field tested and validated, both personally and among the sales teams that I have led at MetLife and Financial Freedom Senior Funding. I deconstructed, synthesized, and systematized my experience to become a more effective communicator and influencer at the kitchen table. During the next few minutes, I will outline the value of kitchen table sales mastery and give you an opportunity to leverage my 10,000 hours in order to radically improve your sales performance. Let's begin with this. What's the connection between a ballerina samurai and face-to-face selling? The answer to this question lies at the heart of what sales mastery is all about. In the next few minutes, this idea will become more self-evident. In his bestseller, Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell suggests that it took the Beatles, Bill Gates, and Mozart 10,000 hours to become world-class in their specialty. All talented artists who paid their dues in practice and experience. How many kitchen table hours does the typical salesperson have? If you aren't satisfied with your sales results, perhaps you simply don't have enough time at the table. Before I show you what this program is all about, let me tell you what it's not. Face-to-face sales success is not about having a positive mental attitude or the motivation to help you walk over burning coals. It's about understanding how to elicit the desired behavioral change in the salesperson's skill set. It's about creating a repeatable process that makes a sales presentation more compelling. It's about going through a well thought out and tested sequence of techniques applied in real time in front of the customer. And finally, it's also about understanding the right way of practicing and applying the underlying principles of sales mastery. When you do all these under the guidance of an experienced mentor, you'll be able to shortcut the 10,000 hour hurdle. What derails the kitchen table conversation? I call this the triangle of trust. You have to connect with the customer, skillfully calibrate your conversation to their needs and wants, and seek a collaborative approach toward solving their problem. After 30 years of selling at the kitchen table, I've discovered and studied more than 1,000 salespersons in the practice of their trade. Some salespersons are naturally gregarious, empathetic, and spontaneously likable. They immediately bond or engage with the prospect, even if they've only known them for a few minutes. The rest of us are simply DNA deficient. We're not wired that way. Out of my own personal failure, experience, and study of positive psychology and neuroscience, I was able to create a system that enabled me to engage and connect more effectively with the prospect. People buy from people they like, and likability can be learned. The second major problem of those who struggle at the kitchen table is their failure to calibrate. By that I mean they're a 411 information fire hose. They spout features and benefits but never really hear the prospect and thus can never tailor their suggested solutions to the prospect's real need. They have yet to learn the art of deep listening. And lastly, salespersons attempt to close before building a solution partnership through collaboration. If the sales conversation is properly guided, an atmosphere of trust prevails. You can determine and agree upon the best course of action at that moment. Any failure in each of these areas derails the sales conversation. How do you transform your face-to-face presentation into a conversation of ethical influence? We do this with a systematic trust-building curriculum that has 3 modules with 4 sections. The first module focuses on tactics of customer engagement. It shows the principles and procedures of emotional engagement in easy-to-learn segments. We also cover how to fine-tune your observation and inquiry skills that deepens the connection with the prospect. And finally, we learn how to create solution partnerships, which is the most frictionless way to close the sale. Let me ask the what's in it for me question for you. Remember the 80-20 rule? It's typically interpreted 20% of the sales force produces 80% of the business. This sales training program has the following benefits. It will improve their sales skills. It will instill correct habits. And most importantly, it will create measurable sales lift in top, middle, and low performing segments of your sales force. What would it be worth to you or your organization if the bottom 80% would find sales traction faster? If you could create positive lift among the other 80%, what would it mean to your bottom line? I dare say thousands, tens, or hundreds of thousands of dollars in increased revenue. So how did we deliver this training? First, we provide 52 immediately actionable kitchen table tactics that can be applied in real time. And then, every month, we will provide you with a webinar that focuses on a key concept of the kitchen table sales mastery curriculum. Some of the topics we cover are the 3 sales realities, salesperson self-awareness, deconstructing the stages of customer engagement, boomer and senior segmentation, the Johari window in sales, conceptual selling, persuasion as ethical influence. The bottom line is that this is not just an accumulation of random sales techniques. Instead, we've engineered a carefully assembled sequence of bite-sized tactics based on an overall strategy of emotional engagement with the prospect. It's based on the latest findings of behavioral research related to the science of influence, all distilled into practical, easy-to-implement tactics on the kitchen table, all designed to close the sale. The weekly dose is designed for actionable and consistent reinforcement of effective sales habit. Each weekly training session is structured in 3 parts. The concept, or key principle, this explains the what and why of a particular sales tactic. The second part is action. This will show how and when a technique can or should be applied. Typically, this can entail asking a nudge question that manages or redirects the conversation. Finally, the lesson provides a set of self-accountability questions that guide the salesperson's self-paced learning for that particular week. The PAR format works because it's concise, practical, easy to understand and implement. In my experience of helping hundreds of successful sales professionals get in their zone, this 3-part coaching approach works. How much do you think this program will cost? I've sold this program for as much as $19.97 in the past. In fact, I've delivered this program in person on a single day for the price of $4,500. For the value it delivers, people have said that $9.97 is a fair price. Others have said that $4.97 would make it a bargain. You can look at the market for training programs and you will not see a comparable product for anything less than $500. But here's the deal. We've made the program scalable. We've figured out a way to deliver the same high-value training in a cost-effective way. But more important to me is this. I'm passionate about helping salespersons earn what they're worth. I'm sick and tired of watching highly ethical, supremely competent salespersons fail at the kitchen table. I want to give them and you the X factor to become a masterful communicator. Therefore, the investment is extremely modest. In fact, it's essentially negligible for everyone. It's the price of a Starbucks latte a month. At $4.95, we can deliver a game-changing proposition. If you only gained 1 additional sale for every 10% of your total sales force, the ROI would easily be in the 1,000% range. As my grandson would say, come on. Now to the picture that we began the presentation with, the samurai ballerina. I want to teach you an Italian word. Sprezzatura means the appearance of effortless mastery. It's the rehearsed spontaneity, studied carelessness, and well-practiced naturalness that underlies persuasive discourse. It's what you're seeing in the photo of the ballerina. Most who excel in sales make it look easy. For some, it's in their DNA. It's natural. For the rest of us, probably 90% of us, it has to be learned. So your choice is to wait until you're able to reap the benefits of your personal 10,000 hours of practice, or to find someone who has synthesized and distilled the insight from science and experience. For $4.95, you literally have nothing to lose. So, if you feel this program might benefit your sales organization, or even if you feel like it would simply merit further exploration and discussion, please contact me and we'll talk about it. Perhaps we can tailor-make something specifically for your needs and desires. Once again, you can shortcut to Sprezzatura.